the process by which water, ice, wind, or gravity moves weathered rock and soil from one place to another. Strong choice. Erosion is the right answer.
The relationship between the water content of soil and its dry density is represented by the dash curve.
You're right. Compaction is the correct answer.
An organic soil sample is kept in oven for its water content determination. The temperature preferred is
Correct response. 6-0 is the most accurate answer. This property of soil affects the rate of drainage of water through wells and excavated foundation pits. Correct. Permeability is the right answer. According to USBR, a soil with a coefficient of permeability for 10 formamibl sec will be classified as Nicely done. Semi-pervious is a solid answer.
if the water content of a fully saturated soil mass is 100%, then the voids ratio of the sample is
Nice work. You chose equal to specific gravity of soil, and it is correct.
Which of the following methods is most accurate for the determination of the water content of soil?
Sharp thinking. Pycnometer method is the right choice.
Which of the following equipment can be used for determining the grain size of soil particles?
You chose sieve, and it is correct. It is defined as the moisture content at which soil begins to behave as a plastic material. Bravo! Plastic limit is the answer. What happens when the bearing capacity of the soil is less than the load of the structure? Good thinking. The soil settles excessively is the right answer. The water content corresponding to the maximum density in compaction curve is called dash. E. Right again. Optimum water content is a valid answer.
A natural aggregate of mineral grains connected by strong and permanent cohesive forces.
Well picked. Rock is the correct answer.
If the moisture content of a fully saturated soil is 100%, then void ratio is equal to
You got it. Your choice true specific gravity is right. Represents a method of determining physical properties of soil at a construction site. Great thinking. Soil geotechnical investigation is the right choice. The process of compacting soil to improve its engineering properties is called dash. Perfect. Atterberg is the correct choice. Which of the following is not a category of soil in the relevant British standards? Nice selection. Very fine soils is the correct and valid answer. When the degree of saturation is 0, the soil mass under consideration represents. Exactly. Two-phase system with soil and air makes sense, and it is right choice. What is found between the small, broken-down rocks in gravel and soil particles? Great job. Air is the accurate answer.
The typical value of permeability for saturated clay soil is dash in cm sec.
Excellent. 0.1001 is a brilliant choice. Which of the following soil types is the smallest of the smallest details? Good job. Your answer, clay, works well here. The type of soil that is stuck in the filter is less than 0.02 nanometers is dash. Well reasoned. Clay is the correct choice. A property that enables a soil to deform without breaking, disintegrating. On track. Plasticity is the correct answer.
The soil passing through dash, sieve is used for finding Atterberg's limit.
Well done. 425 micron is the right choice.
If the plasticity index of the soil sample is 10%, indicates the soil is
Valid point. Medium plastic is true, including the type of consistency if the value of the speed soil is N equal to 3. Solid response. Soft is a valid choice. Is the property of a soil by which it offers resistance to deformation. Clear logic. Your choice consistency is sound and 100% true. A measure of character and quality of colloidal fraction of soil. Right choice. Dry strength is the best answer. Which of the following is not categorized as a very coarse soil? Excellent choice. Gravel is the right answer. Which of the following is not one of the 3 layers of soil? Smart pick. Undersoil is the correct choice.
soil sample cooling device after removed from the oven is dash.
Smart move. Desiccator is an accurate answer. For a fully saturated soil sample, the degree of saturation is on track. 1 is the correct answer. What is the porosity of a soil sample whose void ratio is 0.35? You're right. 25.9 is the correct answer. Which of the following is not a generally accepted soil type? You chose sedimentary soil, and it is correct. Soil is made up of broken rock particles which caused by dash. Perfect. Weathering is the correct choice. The ability of soil to resist maximum shear stress is called Great job. Shear strength is the accurate answer. Soil is made from a combination of earth materials and dash. Well picked. Humus is the correct answer. The shearing strength of a cohesion-less soil depends upon. Nice work. You chose confining pressure and it is correct. Dash is independent of the total volume of the soil mass. Clear logic. Your choice unit weight of solids is sound and 100% true. What is the main objective of soil investigation reports? Bravo. To make a decision on the choice of foundation is the answer. Which of the following is the largest particle in soil? Great thinking. Sand is the right choice. Soil formation is classified into the followings except. Well reasoned. Volcanic soil is the correct choice. A partially saturated soil is called dash phase system. Well done. 3 is the right choice. Dash apparatus is used to test liquid limit of a soil. Excellent choice. Casagrande is the right answer. What does the bearing capacity of the soil determine? Smart move. The type of foundation design is an accurate answer. The specific gravity of soil solids is determined by. Solid response. Pycnometer method is a valid choice. Which of the following best describes soil erosion? You got it. Your choice, the movement of soil by wind or water, is right. How would you describe the texture of sandy soil? Nice selection. Gritty is the correct and valid answer.
Soil formation begins with the weathering of dash.
Right choice. Rock is the best answer.
As per is standard soil classification SEM denotes.
Nicely done. Silty sand is a solid answer.
Pneumatic tired rollers are useful for compacting.
Valid point. Both the NB is true.
Decayed organic material in soil is called dash.
Excellent. Humus is a brilliant choice. What is the main purpose of soil investigation? Good thinking. To assess soil and rock conditions for construction projects is the right answer.
A soil mass in a three-phase system consists of.
Good job. Your answer solids, water and air works well here.
Minimum size of the particles of silt soil is.
Smart pick. Zorov 2 Maimond is the correct choice. The weight of soil per unit volume is known as. Correct response. Unit weight is the most accurate answer.
Where does most of the water go when it rains? Exactly. It absorbs into the soil makes sense, and it is right choice. Water under gravity that fills the soil pores. Correct. Groundwater is the right answer.
What kind of soil is good for growing plants? Sharp thinking. Topsoil is the right choice.
What are the types of water flow in the soil?
Strong choice. Turbulent flow and laminar flow is the right answer. The layer of soil which the topsoil is found.
Right again. Horizon A is a valid answer.
Soil layers are called horizons because dash.
Nice selection. The layers are horizontal is the correct and valid answer.
The formula for finding soil volume is dash. Well picked. Vs plus Vdo plus V is the correct answer. Free swell of a soil can be defined as dash. You're right. Increase in volume without any constraints is the correct answer.
Which is the wrong soil testing component?
Nice work. You chose test correlation and it is correct.
Pressure of water within the soil pores.
Smart move. Pore water pressure is an accurate answer.
The movement of weathered rock and soil.
Good job. Your answer erosion works well here.
What is the father of soil mechanics?
Right choice. Terzaghi is the best answer.
California bearing ratio is a.
Clear logic. Your choice measure to indicate the relative strengths of paving materials is sound and 100% true.
A fully saturated soil is said to be.
Smart pick. Two-phase system with soil and water is the correct choice.
One of shear strength parameters is.
Correct. Cohesion is the right answer.
What are the three kinds of soil? Excellent. Clay, sand, humus is a brilliant choice. Void ratio is the ratio of dash. Great thinking. Volume of voids to volume of solids is the right choice. The water content of soil can.
You got it? Your choice be greater than 100% is right.
Which is not a layer of soil?
You chose undersoil, and it is correct. general soil failure in. Valid point. Shear is true.
Mall is an example of.
Exactly. Marine soil makes sense and it is right choice. Cohesionless soil is.
Sharp thinking. Sand is the right choice.
Soil forms by dash. Well done. Broken rocks mixing with decaying plant matter is the right choice.
Humus is dash. Strong choice. The dead parts of plants and animals in soil is the right answer.
What is soil? Well reasoned. A mixture of water, minerals, gases, and organic matter is the correct choice. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Good thinking. Contact Narayan Changder is the right answer.